What's up, wrestling fans? Let's talk about WrestleMania 42. I'm Doug, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we do not miss. And speaking of not missing, big shout out to my brother from another mother, Kevin, who was actually on the ground in Las Vegas this weekend. That's right, Kevin was there in person, living it, breathing it, probably still recovering from it, and he's got a special in-person follow-up report dropping very soon, so make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on because you do not want to miss that one. But in the meantime, you've got me, and I have things to say. Okay, sit down, grab a drink, and buckle in, because I just survived 2 nights of WrestleMania 42, the City of Sin. And oh, it delivered on both of those words, depending on which night you're talking about. Let me set the scene for you. 2 nights, 2 completely different vibes. Night 1 felt like someone handed the remote control to a corporate boardroom full of suits who've never watched wrestling in their lives. Night 2 felt like Triple H walked in, ripped that remote out of their hands, looked them dead in the eye, and said, "Sit down." That's the whole weekend in a nutshell. But let's start at the beginning, Saturday night, and I want you to feel my pain here. 4 hours. 4 hours we sat there. And you know how much actual wrestling we got? 1 hour and 25 minutes. 1 hour 25. That's 36% bell-to-bell wrestling at WrestleMania. The rest of it? Ad breaks, countdown timers, and, I am not making this up, 16 minutes of Hulk Hogan documentary clips for his Netflix special. 16 minutes. Do you know what 16 minutes is at WrestleMania? That's longer than some of the actual matches we got. Hulk Hogan's promo package was essentially the second longest match of the night. Let that sink in. And speaking of matches getting robbed, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, 8 months of build. A dream match 8 months in the making, and they got 7 minutes. 7. No video package, no proper setup, just ding ding, okay, bye. I was fuming. The crowd was fuming. It was criminal. Now look, there were some highlights on Saturday. I'm not going to pretend there weren't. I Show Speed, yeah, the YouTuber, went off the ring post through the announce table with a frog splash, and the crowd absolutely lost their minds. And Paige came back. She walked out looking like it was 2015, screaming, "This is my house," and the place erupted. That pop was real. That moment was earned. And it was the one time on Saturday night where everything felt right. Gunther versus Seth Rollins was a banger. Stiff chops, high intensity. Braun Breaker came sprinting down the ramp like a freight train and just leveled Rollins into the guardrail. But even that got cut short right when it was hitting its stride. It was a heatless banger, and that's a crime when you've got 2 guys that good in the ring. And this is the Saturday main event story. We waited and waited. 42 minutes between the last match and the Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton main event bell. 42 minutes. Cody came out with his big Batcave entrance, showcasing all his old characters. Stardust, Dashing Cody. Cool concept. Terrible execution. The CGI looked like someone Googled comic book villain at 2 a.m. the night before. The crowd was booing Cody out of the building by the time the bell rang. So Cody literally had to work heel in his own WrestleMania main event. Eye pokes, chin locks, low blows at WrestleMania. Cody wins, Randy Orton hits a punt, his first since 2020. The crowd cheers the punt and boos the champion. And the night ends in total, beautiful, glorious chaos. That's night 1. That's your Saturday. Now, night 2. Oh, night 2. From the second the house lights came up on Sunday, I'm telling you, the aura shifted. Something in the air was different. Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi opened the show, and it was over in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. But those 4 minutes and 40 seconds told you everything you needed to know about the next 5 years of WWE. Femi didn't just beat Brock, he squashed him. And then, and this is the image that's going to live rent-free in my head forever, Brock Lesnar sat in the ring, took off his gloves, took off his boots, and just sat there. That was a retirement visual right there. And Oba Femi stood over him like the new king of the mountain. That's called a passing of the torch, people. In 4 minutes, and 40 seconds. Then we got the IC ladder match, and JD McDonough took a Spanish fly off a ladder, and Penta hit a Mexican destroyer off a ladder through a ladder bridge, and I literally stood up in my living room screaming at nobody. Penta retained. Correct answer. Trick Williams won the U.S. title with Little Yachty performing his entrance, and honestly, star-making moment. Properly done. Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley had a match that was better than it had any right to be. Jade hit a move that looked identical to the One-Winged Angel, called it the Sandstorm, and Rhea kicked out of it immediately. Immediately. No drama. Just got up, hit a riptide, and won. That was either a shot at AEW or the funniest coincidence in wrestling history. Take your pick. Then Danhausen showed up. There were mini Danhausens everywhere. John Cena loved every second of it. Somebody got punched somewhere sensitive, and it was glorious. And then, genuinely, the feel-good moment of the weekend. Bianca Belair came out with a glow and announced her pregnancy to the entire arena. The attendance numbers even included her unborn child. I'm not crying, you're crying. But then, the main event. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. 33 minutes. No interference, no chaos, no shortcuts. Just two of the greatest in-ring storytellers of this generation going to war. This was cinema. Punk stole Roman's Ula Fala. Punk tried to hit Roman with his own spear. There was blood. There were steel steps. There was a moment where Punk, completely gassed and desperate, threw his wrist tape at Roman's chest like it was the last weapon he had left. And that tiny, weak, pathetic gesture told you more about the story they were telling than anything I could put into words. CM Punk, the most psychologically dangerous man in wrestling, reduced to throwing tape. In the end, Punk hit one last GTS, couldn't cover, took one final weak swing, and Roman hit two massive spears for the win. Roman retaining was the right call. It set up what is going to be an astronomical collision with Oba Femi, and I'm already losing my mind about it. So here's where we landed. Night 1. Corporate enshittification, 36% wrestling, 16 minutes of Hulk Hogan, and some genuinely criminal match times for deserving talent. Night 2. Absolute masterclass, generational torch passing, and possibly one of the greatest WrestleMania main events ever put on tape. Was it the perfect WrestleMania weekend? No. But was the Sunday worth surviving the Saturday? 100%. Every single time. And the road ahead? WrestleMania 43 is heading to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the first WrestleMania ever held outside of North America. Historic, controversial, and knowing this fan base, absolutely unhinged in the comment sections from now until 2027. Roman versus Oba Femi on the horizon. The future of this company has never looked brighter, as long as we can survive a few more Netflix commercials and a long-haul flight to get there. Don't forget, Kevin was in Vegas this weekend, and his special on-the-ground report is coming very soon. Trust me, you want that perspective from inside the building. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, everybody. It genuinely means the world to us here at the Two Bros Wrestling Show. Now get out of here. Until next time, go watch some wrestling.